Live. Live, guys. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, showtime.
Good evening. Welcome all. It's time for Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Kane the Schwab Watson.
And I am O'Neill One Prime Froggy Olsen.
And we have to big up all listeners out there. And firstly, Fit FM 96.7 all the way down there in Trelawney. Facebook, the Primal 4K app.
And as Dale would say, the world wide
web. Yeah, we have an interesting lineup for you today in the show. I mean, we don't have any guests for you, unfortunately. We didn't line up our guest this week. It pulled out at the last minute, but the show must go on. And for this 1 hour show on March 16, 2024, we have an interesting lineup. We'll talk about football, track and field, NBA, some tennis.
Yes,
I'm sure controversial boss at the midway point will have some feedback on the cartel saga later. I won't even mention anything about that because I know everyone wear bars free up and most of Jamaica wear bars free up. But hey, I'm neutral. I listen to music. But yeah, we're keeping it sporty. And to kick things off, we're starting with football. What's up next? March 21st, Jamaica will play USA in the CONCACAF Nations League semi-final on the March 21st in Dallas, Texas. And that, to me, will be a mouth-watering tie because we need to win something within our region.
Yeah,
we need to win something. We don't want to win a Caribbean Cup or a Shell Cup like back in the days. Peter, I think that we need to win something big. Yeah, time for do something big. And I think now is the time. And with the talent we have out there, and with the investments that we put into the football, I think that with this CONCACAF Nations League, we can get some hardware, and I think we can match the Americans, and we can beat them. The winner of that match will play Mexico or Panama on March 24th. So the international window is coming up, and we're looking forward to it. But before we dive into the Jamaica versus USA tie, we have to break down the squad.
Go ahead.
The squad that is selected for the CONCACAF Nations League semi-final is in the goalkeepers are Andre Blake, Jamal Waite, and Shaquille Davis. Defenders Damian Lowe, Tavon Gray, Deshaun Bernard, Dexter Lembiskisa, Greg Lay, Michael Hector, and Richard King. Midfielders Casey Palmer, Joel Latibodier, Daniel Johnson, Bobby Reed, and Karoy Anderson. Attackers Kaim Dixon, Mikel Antonio, Demari Gray, Bailey Kadamatari, Nala Cephas, and Corey Burke. Some key omissions from the squad are Leon Bailey and Trevante Stewart. We'll look into that. We'll talk about that in just a few seconds. But to round up the squad, out injured is Amari Bell and Ethan Pinnock, who would add some experience in the team, but they're out due to injury. For this match coming up, Demar Gray and Shamar Nicholson is out due to suspension. With Coach Grimson, he has coached 12 competitive matches for Jamaica with a record of 7 wins, 3 draws and 2 losses. A win rate of 60%.
A good record.
A good record. We not Coach Grimmelson here on Primal because too much is given, much is expected. And for that position in the Reggae Boys head coach, you're gonna come under a lot of criticisms, a lot of fire. But he has seemed to weather the storm, and I think this is his biggest test coming up. And we want that victory against United States, and I think we can do it. Going to Dallas there, a lot of Jamaicans in and around that area, so I'm sure that we'll have our support there in the crowd. But what do you think about this tie versus Jamaica versus USA?
It will be very much interesting. I think the USA will be coming in gunning.
As usual, yeah.
The rivalry is big between both of us. It will be a very telling match. The squad itself, I am not quite sure we can get over that hurdle. Leon Bailey is out.
Liam Bailey in the form of his life, but
out. Demarai Gray is out. There is no whisper either. Mikel Antonio is just coming off an injury. He's performing for West Ham still, but he's coming off an injury. The midfield is still
questionable. Yeah,
So
but I mean,
Casey Palmer coming back.
but even so, with these 5 midfielders, I mean, even so, we have the option of putting Damien Lowe up forward to play defensive midfield, make some telling final pass, because I mean, he always wants to make that final pass. But even so, we have that option of pushing Damien Lowe up to be able to enforcing defensive midfield. Definitely going to be a tough game, but I think that we can get the job done with. I mean, as I said, not sure if Mikel Antonio is fit enough to play. I think he will feature in the match. But even so, we have some hungry individuals that to get the chance to go out there, like the likes of Ronaldo Cephas, maybe a Corey Burke. I mean, Karim Dixon maybe can even. I mean, no, Peter Baller that already. But I think that it will be more of a defensive game on our end. And I mean, the chances that we do get, we'll have to try and put away 1 or 2 of them. I don't see us winning the tie on 1 goal. So I think that we need to find at least 2 goals and, I mean, play a bit defensive. Seeing that with the likes of Liam Bailey, the farmer's life is out, Shivante Stewart is out. Both are out due to disciplinary reasons, which we're going to touch on in a few seconds. But given the personnel that is out there within this 23-man squad, where will the goals come from? That is the question. And I think that's why it's going to be a cagey match. I mean, we're going to be a bit defensive, mostly in the first half, try to hit them on the counter and finish our chances. And I think this USA side can be beaten.
The question I would ask you, seeing that Bailey's out, Demarai Gray is out, why wasn't Whisper selected?
That is the next question.
Is Whisper and
where will the wing play come from? Because, we have a lot of wingers. But I think that Corey Burke will get the nod, seeing that he has experience, plus experience playing in the MLS, playing in the States. I mean, Mikel Antonio has to feature. Whether coming off injury or not, he has to feature, seeing that with the absentees out there. And I think the goals can come from either Corey Burke or Mikel Antonio.
The experience is needed up front, seeing that we have our 2 wingers, they are out. Our 2 most creative wingers are out. And I think the experience is needed up front. And Mikel Antonio, I think, will start. However, going beyond Mikel Antonio, it's going to be a very, I think, I'm seeing this match being a very midfield battle. And I think Jamaica will seeing that we're short on the wingers, we will definitely
try to compact in the middle.
We compact that midfield and ensure that we can dominate.
I think Bobby Reel will play an important role in the match, because Bobby Reel will play an important role in the match. Bobby Reel will be out there on the field, and I mean, he gives defensive cover, he attacks, not more so to finish it. Well, Bobby Reel will find a spectacular goal here and there. But I think Corey Burke and Mikel Antonio will have to find some magic and score the goals. But I think Bobby Reid will be a difference maker, linking the midfield play to the forward line play, playing out wide as well. But in the middle of the park, we see where Casey Palmer and Jordy Latterbeer even qualifying for the FA Cup semi-finals today for Coventry. I mean, that was a big win for them and reaching FA Cup. So, I mean, that's the quality there that we have. Coming up against the United States, I know their quality is even more immense than ours.
For the other semi-finals,
Mexico versus Panama. So the winner of Mexico and Panama will play the winner of Jamaica and USA. And I think that, as I said, we can beat the Americans. We can beat the Americans.
It's going to be a very, very, as I said, it's a very telling game. We have to work hard for this one. If we didn't work hard before, this is one match we'll have to work hard for. Because USA is not going to ease up. And I've looked at their squad, and that squad could play BPL.
And I said we have some noticeable absentees. I said Demarai Gray out, Leon Bailey out, Nicholson out, Amari Bell, a starter, is out. Ethan Pinnock, who could have featured and starting, I mean, with all his experience, one of our better defenders, is out. So right there, we have like 5 players that would probably start out of the squad. And I think that wing play between Liam Bill and Demarai Gray, I mean, Coach Grimmy have to go find a formula, and I'm
Lennon Brown not in the squad.
no.
It's the first time he's not in the squad.
I think the second time, but even so, his play has been dipping in form. Chivante Stewart, as I said, also out due to disciplinaries. We're going to touch on that now with disciplinary reasons and I guess our views on the disciplinary reason. Liam Bailey and Chivante Stewart has been dropped from this window due to disciplinary reasons, which Coach Grimmy explained in an interview where he said, one rule is don't leave the hotel after 10 p.m. And both players left the hotel room after 10 p.m. and not only left the hotel, didn't return, slept out, and missed the bus the next morning. And they had their internal discussions with staff members, coaches, the players themselves, and they all came to the conclusion that both players will miss the next window, which is this window. Unfortunate for us, it's the CONCACAF Nations League, but that was the rule. They broke the rule, and they are suspended for this window. Not selected, I should say, for this window. Both players apologized to the coaches, their teammates, and they accepted their penalties. And I think it is a just one. I mean, some players think that is superstar treatment and we need such players out there, but I mean, the rule is the rule. And not only you can bend it sometimes, but even so, with these players to actually break the curfew and not only return, but they miss the bus the next day. And I think that the punishment handed out is fair.
Yeah, well, not to go chit chat about this. I've been listening from week. I've been listening to other sports programs and persons calling in saying, "Hey, they buy tickets to see Leon Bailey and they're not getting they're not seeing Liam Bailey." One caller even said, "Hey, they're gonna sue JFF because JFF promote the game with Liam Bailey. I know Liam Bailey is not playing." There's no player bigger than a squad. There's no player bigger than any team, and a rule is a rule. Regardless of persons that say, "Why didn't he miss the Canada game? Why no?" I guess this happened the first leg of the Canada match, and we played the second leg. So why didn't he miss the second leg? Why choose no? And again, the squad was already selected. The most he could have done for that second leg of the Canada game was just bench him, which the coach decided that no, it's not benching is the problem. I don't want you in the squad totally for this window. And for me, you break the rule, and it's very disrespectful, totally disrespectful. The rule is there. And I'm not even disappointed with Leon, so to speak. I'm more disappointed with Chivante Stewart.
Why more so? Why?
Why am I disappointed with Chivante? You're upcoming. You just get what? Your fourth or fifth call up to the national team. You probably played like 20 minutes for the team already. You have a senior player is doing something, and rather than you being a junior player, just come in the national program. You don't reach nowhere yet. And I just do.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in both of them.
You don't reach nowhere
because you know the rules, and I said I could probably bend it a little if the guys came back in 1-2 o'clock and I mean try sneak in and apologize. But you stay out all night, you sleep out, you miss the team bus the next day to even say you're even more so absent to show that that's basically a slap in the face. And I mean, I guess all the authorities came together. They had meetings, and after that window, they came to a decision. I mean,
sources were said that the meeting was hard, and both
contacted all the relevant authorities and came to the decision that the next window they're going to hand out the punishment, and the punishment is not being selected for this window. Simple.
The players agreed to it prior.
It's not a matter of they being agreed to it. I mean,
it was said. And
who in which players?
Based on the sources, based on what I've heard, it was said to the players prior to no. So they were aware that they will not be playing.
Yeah.
And they agreed to boy them do something wrong, them apologize.
No, they apologize, yeah.
They know that they wouldn't be playing.
So it's not a matter of whether the players agree or disagree. The authorities that be handed out the punishment, and the punishment is not being selected for the next window. It's just that coincidentally the next window is CONCACAF Nations League, and they will miss such an important tie as Jamaica versus USA.
I think he should be suspended for 2 windows.
Hey,
He never do something like this for Aston Villa.
I mean, probably not.
You will never do this.
Probably not.
You will
That's why I say it's
never.
a slap in the face where not so breaking the curfew, but I said not even try and attempt sneak in 3-4 o'clock in the morning and Jim Screech and try farm sleep and like, oh, I hope they catch me, which I mean, you know they're gonna catch you regardless. But as I said, you missed the team bus the next day.
And I think
So I think that's a slap in the face to the coaches, your teammates, the whole staff members, and you can't go unpunished.
You know what I believe?
You can't go unpunished.
There's a two of them. I believe other players are out there.
Nah. Why you
I
think?
believe other players are
So why
there.
weren't they
But some just
held
decide to
accountable?
sneak. Some decide to
No, man, there are
sneak
cameras there and they know
in.
everything.
Which cameras?
Yeah.
You're telling me it was like 23 or 25 man squad. There's 2 man decide to go out that night and 2 man decide to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not believe that.
So
Other
even so,
players are there.
so why
But
they
other
didn't?
players decide to come in.
Yeah.
Because them know say boy we
That's
just beat
but
the
even
curfew
so, I
already.
think that was the worst thing in the whole situation that played out. Not the fact that you break the curfew. Yes, breaking the curfew is
Yeah,
not
it's a
acceptable.
regular thing.
No, I wouldn't say a
not
regular
acceptable,
thing.
you know,
It's
but
not
it will
acceptable.
happen. They expect it to
No,
happen.
it's not acceptable. But whereby you stay all night out and you don't come back and you miss the team bus. Missing the team bus the next morning. You wouldn't have the decency to at least say, all right, try come back in by midnight or, so to say, and hand out the punishment there. But examples have to be set, and I think that the punishment is just. And missing the next window, no matter how important it is, but these players should learn that professionalism, and you have to be held accountable. And the thing is, it's a team sport. You not only let down yourself, but you let down your teammates.
If I didn't respect Jimmy before, I think this is one respect I'll have to give to him because it's a big decision he had to make.
I think it's a no-brainer. It's an easy decision. I'm sure Rene Simoes would do the same thing, or any other
Probably
coach.
do worse.
He
You have seen Rene Simoes do it already, you know.
I'm just saying, any coach in that position would suspend these players based on the actions they took.
Before Grimmy had said that there are certain rules that were not in place when it comes to the squad, and he had to lay down some foundation. Because when he just started, just applied. When he got the job, when he started with the squad, there are certain rules that wasn't there. So he laid down some foundation rules, and I think this is a big one. The question I'll ask still is this the first time?
Clearly.
Is it the first time, or has it happened before? Because we've always seen, I think why the coach probably even hand down the punishment, because the coach probably feel disrespected as well and feel let down, because how many times has Jimmy come out and defended Leon?
Well, even so, it's not a decision for him alone. He is the head of the team, the coach of the team, but I'm sure the staff members of the federation, even so players, I mean, they came to a decision, and I mean, he as a person that is going to hand out decision, they have the panel, the disciplinary committee or what have you, but I'm just saying these players should be held accountable for their actions, and I think the punishment handed out is just, I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. Miss the next window. It's, as I said, coincidentally, it's a very important tie. And I'm saying, looking into the future now, I think these players understand that they can't be doing this. And if they do it again, what do you think will be the punishment if such players do this again?
They'll be banned from the squad.
Banned from the squad?
Yeah, man. They won't be going to the next World Cup.
We have to qualify for the World Cup.
Well, we're going to do it without them.
We're going to, with or without them, we're going to qualify.
Without them, we're going
to.
If this happens again, I guess if this happens again, not just to these two players, but any other player in the squad, they can just forget about Jamaica. Just forget about playing for Jamaica. Yeah,
because I mean, it's not only what you do, but it's also work. It's also work, and you have to be professional about it. And even so, there are leeways to be had, but total disrespect, as I said, was missing the team bus the next morning, sleeping out the entire night. Mark, you might feel like 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock too early. Them can't tell bad man for coming 10 o'clock. All that. All right, fine. Stay out a little late. Try to come in 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. But I mean, it's a total disrespect, not only to the coach, but as I said, to all the rules put in place,
to the
team itself,
to the position
the teammates, even
just,
yourself as a professional athlete.
We just lost that game, you know.
I mean, as I said, we're all human, and we're not perfect. And you made a mistake, and what I like about it, though, I look at the negative of it. What I like about it, the players apologize to the staff members, the teammates, and I think that it's a learning curve for them, and them learn. So I don't see in the future where this would be a problem again. And if it's a problem again, then hey, then clearly you just don't learn.
You just don't care.
Yeah. So I mean that's a asterisk on their rap sheet now going forward for Jamaica and playing for Jamaica. But I wish them. I mean, Liam Bailey, especially in the former in life playing for Aston Villa, I see where them qualify for the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League. Him scoring a goal early in the week against Ajax. So I mean, I hope him still move strength to strength and improve as a ball and just the world is at his feet, and I mean be professional about it, because 1 minute you're on top of the mountain, next minute you can fall off. So I hope his support system around him. Also Trevante Stewart, and them just bounce back from this and wheel and come again for the next window. And when them do return, you know how you silence all the critics? Perform and just whether you score or assist, you just play a remarkable game. And I think that, as I said, with these two athletes, they will bounce back, and hopefully the guys go out there and they do it and beat USA. And I mean, I know they're supporting the team from whether in the stands or whether back home in England or wherever they're playing. So yeah. But the next thing I want to talk about is a debut selection with a youngster from England, Sheffield Wednesday, by the name of Bailey Kadamatari. I hope I pronounced that right. Bailey Kadamatari. The dubious position we're in, get called up, get selected for Jamaica in this window, and at the same time, he's selected for England under 19, where they have 2 matches in their window as well. And now he's faced with a decision whether to play for England under 19 or come to represent Jamaica in the CONCACAF Nations League in this window.
I'm hearing that he's going to play for England.
Where you hear that from?
Sources.
Sources.
Sources said that he has decided to go.
Well, I don't have any sources, but any athlete, I mean, I can't speak for other athletes, but if I was in the position, I would choose to play for England under 19. Why? To future my career, for one, and plus at this point in time, it wouldn't be a final decision to which country I do exactly represent. If he continues to play for Jamaica, then it's Jamaica through and through. He's an English-born Jamaican. If he
loyalty to country.
But he's England. He's born in England.
Why is he playing for Jamaica then?
I mean, he has Jamaican roots. But even so, I mean, I even see where he probably can even blacklisted in his career and trajectory in his career if he decides to play for Jamaica at this point in time. Do you think that if Sterling played for Jamaica, he would have went on his trajectory? Playing for Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and all these big clubs. He'd probably be playing for Fulham, and then next minute, him playing for Ipswich Town. Next minute, him playing for Wrexham down in the National League.
And then Nottingham Forest.
And then playing for absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know much about this young footballer. Clearly, he has talent. If he's been selected for England under 19, and at the same time, we have eyes on him to play for the Reggae Boys. But I mean, it's a name to watch out, and we'll see his decision. But I find it a bit strange how he's been selected on both windows.
For Jamaica first, and then afterwards, England jumped on the gun.
It could be based on the selection. I'm sure England have had eyes on him from before, and Jamaica have had eyes on him also as well. So we name our squad, probably our naming of the squad was, the timing of it was before England named their squad, but I'm sure the England under 19 have him eyes on him, and clearly is a talent. So that's one to watch out for, and hopefully more news will come on that. And I find it strange. So maybe a position will open up in the squad now to see who will replace him, if that he commits to play for England under 19 rather than come and represent the Reggae Boys in this window. But as I said, hopefully next week we have more news on that. But as I said,
under 19 still. I will go to England under 19. It keeps my options open for my future.
No, I would.
And he's still in the learning process, so to speak. And it's under 19. He has more to gain at this level right now, rather than to go straight into a senior squad where uncertainty looms. He's 18. They don't want to commit right now to a Jamaica squad that clearly has a Whisper inside, has a Kareem Dixie inside, has a Leon Bailey, and that's 3, has a Corey Burke, and there are other young talents out there. So go down the 19s in England. I'm not saying that he should, but clearly I think that he would. I've heard that he's going to, and I would go that route. Keep my options open. Keep everything out there for myself, and protect myself in the same. Protect my interest, my footballing career. So it's a no-brainer for him to just continue walking along that straight line. You're still pretty young, and the sky's the limit of everything ahead of you.
Just know if him come play for Jamaica, there's no flip-flopping. You have to represent the black, green, and gold. But the decision is in his hands. And I said he's young and his future is ahead of him. But do remember, gentle people, March 21st, Jamaica versus USA. And you don't know. We have to carry it home. Yeah, I think it's 6 o'clock at Jamaica. Yeah, so March 21st, which is Thursday. Thursday, big CONCACAF Nations League tie with Jamaica versus USA. And I said, noticeable absentees, but the squad is out there and wish them the best. Coach Grimmy, I see you're going to pull this one off. You have to come with some tactics. He might have to come with some defensive tactics. Try park the bus and counter, seeing that our wing play, especially with Demar Gray and Liam Bailey out, is. And to me, those are 2 main options going forward and how we can break down the Americans. But we'll see. And we break that down for you next week. And I said, I think we can do it. And then the final would be the Sunday. Yeah. So we'll preview the final for that next week, which hopefully it's Jamaica versus
Mexico.
Hey, I'll take Panama, whosoever, once we're in the finals. But we're looking forward to that and coming up on Thursday. So put it in your notebook and support the Reggae Boys. And I would like to talk about, before sports commentary coming up in a few minutes, a little roundup of UEFA Champions League. We see where the quarterfinals have been selected. We have Arsenal versus Bayern, and the winner of that will play Man City versus Real Madrid. And to me, that is the tie of the quarterfinals. City, the defending champions, versus Real Madrid, we know is the Champions League's all-time winners. So City versus Madrid, and the winner of that, Arsenal Bayern, again, will play City and Madrid. In the next quarterfinals, we have Barcelona versus PSG-led Kylian Mbappe.
And again Dortmund versus
Atletico Madrid. Before, I think that Man City Madrid, I have to go with City. Pep, just because Pep over Ancelotti.
Boy.
It's hard to make the Madrid stats because they own this competition, but I'm going with City. Holland, KDB, I think they'll find a way.
I just put that one.
And funny enough, I am going with Arsenal over Bayern Munich. To me, that will be the upset of the round. Arsenal over Bayern. So we'll have Arsenal, City, and the EPL fans will be raving, be like, oh, English League is the best league in the world, and all of that. But I think that Arsenal will get the better of Bayern. You're going with Bayern? Yeah, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I am definitely not an EPL fan. But I think that will be the upset of the round. So I see Arsenal versus City. Barca versus PSG. I have PSG going through. I have PSG going through Barca. Barca is injury-ridden and young, and I mean, looking to find form, flip-flopping the whole season. I think Kylian Mbappe is a monster on the field and wants to prove that he can win the Champions League, even so without the likes of Neymar and Messi. So he will lead the charge. I think PSG will get the better of Barca. I think that Dortmund will get the better of Atletico Madrid. I'm going with Dortmund in that tie. So I see PSG Dortmund and I see Arsenal City. So we'll have an English team in the finals. Sad to say, and I am not a great fan of the EPL. Of course I watch it, and I think it's the most intense football, club league football that is played. But tactic-wise, I'll go more with La Liga, but that's a story for another day.
I'm a my views. Theorist idea. I think they're going with the Kylian Mbappe fairy tale. Madrid versus PSG final.
Madrid versus PSG. Seeing that Mbappe will go to Madrid next year.
That's what they're trying to line up a Madrid versus.
I see City doing the double. Oh
no.
I see City probably doing the trouble again, winning everything all over again. I don't see anybody stopping him. Even in EPL, where last week I predicted a 1-1 draw between Liverpool and City. That's why they call me the Schwab people. You listen on the show, I mean, my predictions are of a 90% rate. I mean,
That used to be me.
yeah, but that's a roundup of the Champions League. We'll dive more into it later on the show. Probably a roundup of the Europa League and the Conference League, as I mentioned earlier. Aston Villa is in the quarterfinal where they play Lille. You know, we have a Jamaican interest in Liam Bailey right there. Also in the Europa League, we have the likes of West Ham there.
Yeah.
But we'll break that down after we have sports commentary right now with the controversial boss himself. Peter, take it away.
Greetings, gentlemen. Greetings, one and all. Kane Watson, you've been number one player in Jamaica for a couple of years. You've been national champion.
For about 50
What's
years.
the worst loss of your career? What's the worst loss of your career?
Locally or international?
Yes, locally, obviously.
Locally. My worst loss in my career locally. I would have to say probably national finals where I was up 3-0.
That can't be the worst loss. I watched that game.
That's probably my worst loss.
You gave away that game, Kane Watson.
But it is probably my worst loss.
What's your worst loss?
Probably
Yeah,
one of
I
my
remember
worst.
you were wearing purple. No, you were wearing the purple of Kingston College.
Yes.
And
Proud
you
partisan.
were sailing ahead, getting along quite swimmingly. You just started playing at Atlantic and at Sharks, and your game was stepping up. And you took off the purple shirt at 3-0 up.
Oh boy.
You took off the purple shirt and put on perhaps a yellow shirt. I don't remember. But you won not a game after that. You remember that game?
I remember that game.
Accurate. Well, world number one, world's greatest tennis player, Djokovic, had the upset of his life. So far as I can see, this is the furthest he's ever lost. Number 123 to a guy called Luca Nardi at Indian Wells. It's a 2-1 victory. It's granted that it's easier to upset people in the short form of the sport than the long form. But let's take it for what it is. Luca Nardi was lucky to even be in the tournament. The man lose in the qualifiers, and was packing his bag when somebody pulled out. And they said, Luca, you want a space? And him say, yeah. And him say, who do I play? Him say, well, that's not such a good thing, You're going to play Djokovic. The man said, that's my idol, to even see this man. To even see this man is a great thing. And the man go out there and play the game of his life and beat Djokovic. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. UFC last week. I knew this was going to happen, but I made no prediction. Sean O'Malley defended his bantamweight title against Marlon Chito Vera. O'Malley is so fast. He was able to strike this man from inside, from outside. It was really a striking battle because Chito Vera was trying to take him down at some point, but failed miserably. But Sean O'Malley is a class above. He's probably too good in his weight class. Our Jamaican guy who Sean O'Malley won the title from, I thought he was good, but now I'm seeing Sean O'Malley as the champion. Sometimes you win a little, one thing you get better. I never thought Kane Watson was anything until he beat me in the finals 1 year now. And then all of a sudden the man became dominant. Do you remember that?
I do remember. So you don't ask
You were
what's-
lucky to win that game.
Oh, you don't ask what's my greatest victory.
Okay. So anyway, next UFC, I think it's early April, gonna be Alex the Destroyer Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. Now both guys are strikers, so I think Alex Pereira is going to knock out this guy in UFC 300. But when we get closer to that, I will give an analysis. Now, have any of you guys ever played pickleball?
No, I've seen you play.
Pickleball is becoming quite popular. Pickleball is a game where you play with 2 flat pieces of wood and you bat this little light ball over a lawn tennis court, a quarter of a tennis court or something. And it has become the sport that's kind of taken over America. Everywhere I go and look outside a hotel window, I see these little pickleball courts. And the economics is easy because obviously you get more people on a court playing than one real tennis court. It also have a smaller learning curve, very easy. And people watching pickleball. Andre Agassi is a big fan of pickleball now. Other ex-players all want to play pickleball because it's less strenuous and all that. But I'm bringing up pickleball because people in my sport, table tennis, are taking some tips from pickleball. They're making the game easier to play and easier to watch. When you're watching modern table tennis now, anybody will tell you that table tennis is now a spectacular sport for people who are sitting down and watching. I'm not saying table tennis wasn't spectacular back in the day, but table tennis has now become hitting the ball back and forth far more often than before. One is that the ball is bigger. Two is that there's less spin on that ball. 3 is that I don't get to build a pattern with a dominant serve. I only get 2 serves, then you get 2. 3 is that the game is shorter. We used to play to 21, we're now playing to 11. All these changes. And what we end up with is a very spectacular table tennis for people who don't really know how to analyze TT. But it's more simple than before. But I say this because I just finished watch the richest tournament in the world. It don't even done it. The Singapore Smash. There's a tournament taking place in Singapore. If you love TT, this is where the most money can be earned playing table tennis. It's the richest tournament. Anyway, in the finals, true to form, world number 2, now number 1 this week, Wang Chuqin, is going to play against a Chinese teammate, Liang Jingkun. Now, you might ask me, what happened to Fan Jingdong, who is the world number 1 before this? Well, a little Chinaman beat him, eat him food. And you ask me what happened to Ma Long. Ma Long lost to a German called Patrick Francisca. Very unusual that these Chinese are losing, but very critical because we're coming up to the Olympic phase now, where China, with a bounty of players, China have 7 of the best 10 players in the world, but only 2 can play the Olympics. And so China is trying to figure out this difficult question of who will play for China. They would love sentimentally Ma Long to play because can you imagine 3 gold medals? Only 2 other people have 2, you know.
Yeah, good status.
And now Ma Long is looking shaky because Fan Jingdong has been world number 1 last 2 years running, and Fan Jingdong, even though he didn't have a great tournament and has been losing a little bit more often than usual lately, the new guy Wang Chuqin, which I pointed out to y'all a couple of years now running, is looking imperious. He's beating everybody easy. When he played Patrick Francisca, he carried him 10 love and accidentally missed the ball, right? I'm talking about dominance. And so I expect him to dominate Liang Jiankun. I will eat my words if he loses. But Wang Chuqin, I expect to dominate Liang Jiankun. Now, you guys covered the Leon Bailey suspension already, but I have one question. And this is sports commentary, but I'm still going to ask you guys. Why do you think this doesn't happen when he's at Aston Villa? When he's at Aston Villa, he's never disciplined. He's never having disciplinary problems. True? It's not like Dwight York, who when he was at Manchester United, Sir Alex had to call him up. Beckham had to get called up and say, guys, you got to stop touching the road so much. But Leon Bailey, you know, he's very respectful at Aston Villa. So what that tell you when the man go to play a thing that match? What is in his mind that he's still a professional footballer? So it tells you something. And you know what it's about? It's about respect. I honestly don't think these guys respect Jamaica football.
Respect will pay.
Yes. And it's sad because you have to be a professional all the time. You think Messi really want to play for Argentina? You think Messi is Messi? Yes. No. Yes, no. Mm-hmm. Many of these matches, Messi has to go because he has a responsibility. Messi has a responsibility. So I have a couple more questions. Why was Dujon Whisper not picked for this match? And I'm pleased to see Kaim Dixon in the squad. But geez, and what a leap in Coach Algrim's selection. To see this youth leapfrog so many strikers means that he's something really special. You guys have to agree. And I would not be surprised if he starts. Sound shaky, guys. Don't sound shaky. Huh? I'd not be surprised if he starts because we don't have much goal scoring creativity in this team. And by the way, not even what's his name? Or normal striker, Anthony.
Mikel
Antonio. I do not pick Mikel Antonio over this guy, you know. I feel that this guy is a goal threat. No, back to this guy now, Bailey Cadamarteri. No, the guy have a big choice now, you know.
Yeah.
Should I play for Jamaica on the one hand, or should I play for England on the other hand? Well, you guys think it's his choice, you know, but let me tell you something. I think England selected him for the under-19 prophylactically. You can go look up that word. Yeah. Prophylactically means to prevent something happening.
Yeah.
And you guys might be used to other prophylactics. But I believe that England looked on this guy and said, you know something? Let us select him so that if he's selected and go and play for Jamaica, you know, that's it, you know. That's it. And so the decision is not just Cadamarteri decision. It's a smart decision by England. And as usual, the white man has outfoxed us. So that's what I have to say about the disciplinary problem. And I have two last things to discuss. Good news or bad news? Cartel appeal to the Privy Council has been upheld, and they were upheld or turned back to the local court system. The local court system will have to decide if they're going to try a man on 13 years old evidence, and particular evidence that was corrupt time one. So it's like you have a stale-bred 13 years ago and you're still going to try it with a stale-bred son. So I suspect and I predict, I'm not the Schwab, but I predict that cartel will walk, because it's going to be difficult to retry him, especially when they made so many procedural errors before. One small story I want to tell you. There was this lady who, she's getting on in age. She's 54. She's getting on in age. And she decided to go and have a facelift. So after getting the facelift, she went to the beauty salon. And she went to the beauty salon and said, "Tell me something. How old I look?" And they look at her and say, "You look 30. You look 30. So she felt very pleased about it. So she walking around town, she going into the KFC, Kentucky, and she's in the line at Kentucky, and when she reaches up a line, let's say, "What can I serve you?" And she says, "I tell you what, how old do you think I look?" And lady say, "Yo, probably 29, 30. Lady say, "I'm 54. Can you imagine that? So the lady come back out of Kentucky with her two chicken in her hand and walking on the road, and she sees this blind man hobbling around. She go to the blind man and say, tell me something. How old do you think I am?" Blind man say, "Well, I can't really see so well, but I can tell if I just put my hand up your skirt and feel, I can tell from the feeling how old you are." So the man spent some time feeling and and feeling. And then he said, "Lady, you're 54. And the lady said, "Wow, that's remarkable. How did you know it was 54? The man said, "I was standing behind you in the KFC. That's sports commentary. What say you?
Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't eat KFC, by the way, people, so that wouldn't be me. But that was sports commentary with the controversial boss himself. Never a dull moment. And do remember, the phone lines are now home, 1-876-552-7406, and that's via WhatsApp only. I'll repeat the number for you again, 1-876-552-7406. Yeah, so feel free to call in, and I haven't have a caller in a while, and I'm curious to hear a take probably on something that Peter said. I don't know if it's about Liam Bailey or about the KFC line, but yeah, our prophylactic. If I forgot repeat that word for me. Yeah, but I know the word. But yeah, touching a few things, and Djokovic losing, that's another thing. Losses do happen here and there. But hold on a second, we have a caller.
Hello,
good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Afternoon, Primal Sports. How are you doing?
We're doing good. You sound like the cunning one.
very cunning.
Cunning one indeed, you know.
Yeah. To what do we owe this surprise? I haven't heard from you in a while.
I tell you, say a while ago, I was just driving on the road and I see I'm watching a nice Primal shirt at church.
Yeah, limited edition, Primal edition shirt, you know? Yeah, you have to talk to the controversial boss on that one. Yeah. Repeat that one? No, well, next week is the purple edition. We'll be in our purple shirts next week in studio. Oh, sure, yeah. Well, he asked me, I was thinking, I have a couple matches, but I think that one is probably locally. Yeah, well, I have one international that is worse than that one that cost me a medal in the Caribbean Championships. No, my shirt was sweaty. I had to switch my shirt, and then, the only shirt I had left was, I think it was a butterfly shirt after that. But I remember You know, switching out my shirt.
Switch your shirt and switch your look.
Yeah, I mean, but that I mean, in a career, I mean, that's the thing with sports. You have to accept your losses. I mean, you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Of course. I felt it as well, but I mean, as I said, that's a part of sports, and hey, go ahead. No, because Bayern is probably favored in the tie. If you check the pundits, which I do check, I can't name up my sources here. No, but even head to head, Bayern has destroyed Arsenal in the past.
5-1.
Plus Arsenal performance in the. But even so, based on your quarterfinal, you weren't impressive in your quarter. No, but, yeah, and your round of 16 wasn't that convincing. So you think Arsenal are favorites in the tie? No, but I'm asking you, do you think Arsenal is favored in the tie? That is exactly my line. No, Arsenal is not a slight favorite, but I as I said, I think that Arsenal is a better team and in better form. Yeah. But given your round of 16 tie, you were not impressive in your round of 16 tie. I don't see Porto as a powerhouse, even so. If Porto had qualified, would Porto be the favorite against Bayern?
No.
On penalties? No, but I'm saying if Porto qualified, would Porto be the favorite against Bayern? Do you think if Porto had qualified, would Porto be the favorite? No, but I'm saying Bayern is the favorite in that tie. I am the one here that is selecting Arsenal to go through, you know.
Sorry, just on an editorial note. No, hold on, let me just correct something. On the bookies, right now, Arsenal is at minus 125 favorites to beat Bayern at plus 105. So just on the bookies right now today.
Yeah, but you're taking into account Arsenal's form in the EPL. But given head-to-head matches, given head-to-head matches, given history in this competition. Yeah, but that's in EPL. But given head-to-head matches. So who is favorite, City or Madrid? Madrid is leading their league. Madrid lose less matches. Who is the favorite, Man City or Real Madrid, going into that time? No, City is the favorite. And Bayern Munich is the favorite in the tie. But what you're seeing is your opinion, but I'm saying the favorite to win the tie is Bayern, and the favorite to win the next tie is Man City. I am picking Arsenal to win the tie, and seeing that they're not the favorite, that will be a slight upset. Bayern Munich.
No, Arsenal are the favorites.
To beat Bayern Munich?
Yeah, all bookies.
Well, I have to double.
Just check it.
I'd have to double check that one. He said minus 25 and plus 25. I'll have to double check that one. Yeah. 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 I mean, so what would be a bigger upset in the round? If it does happen, and I'm asking, who do you have, Barca or PSG going through? Okay, precisely. Except Arsenal Bayern. Arsenal would be the biggest upset of the round. If Arsenal qualifies for the semi-final, either which way you take it, that will still be the upset of the round. Am I not correct? Or give me a bigger upset for the round, then that is possible because there's only 4 scenarios.
Yeah, do it.
No, I didn't say that. But I'm having Arsenal to win, so I'm not saying it's a miracle, so to say.
I have Bayern to win.
My co-host has Bayern to win.
I have Bayern.
And I have Arsenal to win. I have a City Arsenal semi-final matchup. And I don't want the EPL team to go final, but the EPL team will go to the final.
I don't
see that I have City Arsenal playing in that semi-final. Yeah. How do you see Arsenal finishing in the EPL?
Yes.
I'm sure you want Arsenal to do it every year. We know a couple of those people as well. But I see Arsenal finishing third though. So you have Man City winning another treble then. Okay, fair enough. And even so, what do you think about this Liam Bailey, Trevante Stewart suspension based on disciplinary reasons?
No, so it's going to make me not say Trevante Stewart did involve still, but basically, I listen to the conversation and how all of you submit every layer that all of you put on it is a perfect discussion of the matter. Yeah. You highlight the disrespect of Bailey. O'Neill highlight that why Trevante would have get catch up in that and if that even reach which ball Liam Bailey reach. And controversy boss highlight really and truly we don't hear these things at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So it unfortunate from start.
I guess him respect the hand that pays him. Yeah. I mean, if Jamaica was giving him big bucks, it would be different.
I never know this was on the horizon. So it's when somebody sent me a picture of the squad.
Yeah.
And I asked them if it's real or if it's a fake.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Bailey. But, and then I said, no. I said, the name, I can't pronounce the name of the England under 19 baller.
Yeah.
I said, no, sir, this is like a fake. Only to realize and hear then that Bailey, let's not say suspended, wasn't picked. It's unfortunate in the form of life. Just it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why every time for him, when the trajectory look like he's going to be on a up and him can become a cult here and think something.
Especially for Jamaica, because some people have him as underperforming for Jamaica and seeing that he's in the form of his life.
Every time him start show up positive.
Yeah. To replicate that form now would be, I mean, we just cement him in that Reggae Boys.
I see the Mario Gray on the list.
So he's only suspended. So he'll miss one game so he could play the finals. So he's just suspended for the game along with Shamar Nicholson. So both are suspended for the game based on card. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know who I think who did not mention him, them list him as a midfielder, but I think, well, based on what I remember of him, I think Cephas will play a role in the top line.
Yeah. But I think they were good experience, Corey Burke and Mikel Antonio. Corey Burke seems to always find a way in the squad, in the team. So Corey Burke, I think, and he has experience in MLS. So
the problem is now on paper that should be a sure game for Mikel Antonio, but it's playing for West Ham.
Yeah. Peter wants Kaim Dixon in the squad and score a double.
Say that again?
Peter wants Kaim Dixon in the team and scoring a double and leading the front line.
That flag, I remember the last time I saw that, we were talking with that fire was
Yeah.
and we're talking about the arrival of Dixon into the Premier League and his trajectory and all of that. And you know, funnily, Peter was saying that he find it strange that Dixon leapfrog all these forwards, and I just look at it as clearly the coach is personality type.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that he leapfrog these people, he's literally doing the same thing that he did with Whisper with Time Dixon.
Yeah. I'm surprised Whisper not in the squad.
In determine our baller for the future and bring him around the main squad.
Yeah.
To be a personality type of the coach. And I just rightfully say, he's not talking like when he went to that World Cup. He literally intend to play in the youth. So it seems to be on brand for the coach.
What is your prediction for the match? Jamaica versus USA come Thursday.
Full strength to full strength. I thought we would pull it out, but now those start creeping again.
Yeah. So having the Americans getting the better of us this trip.
So still, if the team, the problem also have been tweeted. I'm trying to think who is going to be the centre back here. And that gives me connection as well. Anytime, it used to be my favorite player, but now, anytime Damian Lowe is a sure starter, that we might be in a problem.
Yeah.
In competition, he can't just be a shoe-in. If he's a shoe-in into the team, we have a defensive problem. No, sadly. We rate him spirit, rate so players good baller, but I don't know, for some reason the performance is not.
Yeah, not matching up. Yeah. Well, we have Captain Jamaica in the goal, Andre Blake, pull off some big saves. I mean, Lowe with a final telling pass to Kaim Dixon to win 2-1. I have Jamaica winning 2-1. Kaim Dixon scoring the winner. Next week, Peter going to have a blast on the show. And we all happy. Yeah, all of us want Jamaica to win. And I think that we can pull it off. I'm not sure about the American squad, if they have any injuries or what's really going on intricately with the American squad, but we have detail with the Jamaican squad, and it's going to be tough seeing that 5 of our regular starters not featuring in this match. But I think players will step up. I think we're going to be a cagey defensive match. We score an early chance, USA equalize. We defend 88 minutes, we get a chance, Kaim Dixon score, and all praise the Schwab.
Well, I hope you're
all right.
No, I hope you're not. I hope we win easy.
I don't think it would be easy there down in Dallas, Texas. But all right, thanks for the call, Colin one. And do remember, every Saturday we're here, you know. We like when you call in.
Say no more.
All right, then big up, respect. All right.
1 minute.
Hello, the KFC.
Yeah, Peter got hard for the KFC a while ago. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, that was the Colin one I call. You remember the phone lines room? Although we're about to wrap up the show, I mean, time flies.
Before we go, big election tomorrow. JFF, Ricketts, Anderson.
It's not a big election.
Big election tomorrow.
I mean, I don't see anybody usurping Michael Ricketts. I think he'll win for another term based on all what is going on prior.
So you're calling out for Michael?
I'm not calling out for no Michael or no Ricketts. I'm just thinking who is going to win. But I'm just saying. But even so, what's big on the horizon is Issa Boys and Girls Champs that starts this week. Yeah. It runs from March 19th to the 23rd. So that's this Tuesday to Saturday. And I mean, next week we'll have a rundown / breakdown and all of that going into the final day of KC defending their title.
Yes.
Yeah, and Edwin Allen again winning. But That's on the horizon for this week. So March 19th to 23rd is Boys and Girls Champs. March 21st, CONCACAF Nations League tie, Jamaica versus USA. So that's coming up this week. I mean, looking forward to April. We have Champions League, we have Europa League, Conference League. I mean,
We still have the NBA.
we still have the NBA roundup for you next week. Jokic leading the MVP charge. Denver Nuggets 11-1 since the All-Star break and looking to clinch the number 1 spot. I mean, about 15 to 17 games to go. So come April, we have NBA playoffs as well. So April going to be a tasty one. So to wrap up March, we have CONCACAF Nation Leagues, we have Boys and Girls Champs, and I mean,
Sky's the limit. Oh, Shakari versus
No, time.
yeah.
time.
Yeah, so
Shakari
I mean,
versus Sharika.
I want to big up all the listeners out there again, and the Primal 4K app, Fit FM 96.7. I mean, YouTube, Facebook,
World Wide Web.
the World Wide Web, and again, one love from the Primal Sports Desk. Yeah, so peace.
Oh.